Oh, well, he seemed thoroughly alive this morning, said Virgo. Who exactly is he? Haven't you studied our history? Asked Aquarius. Oh yeah, of course, said Virgo, finding it strange to say something that wasn't entirely true. Elliot's head poked around the pillar at this point. Virgo mouthed to him to move out of sight, but Elliot replied with a mortal hand gesture she didn't really understand. Thanatos was... Whatever are you doing, child? Asked Pisces, noticing Virgo's strange head movements as she tried to communicate with Elliot. Oh, nothing. Just some exercises, she replied, noting that it was slightly easier to say something that wasn't entirely true this time. As I was saying, Thanatos was the king of the Daemons. You know that at least, right? Of course I do, said Virgo, embracing this curious new skill of not telling the truth. She had no idea what Pisces was talking about. In all of her years on the Zodiac Council, she'd been barely allowed to finish a sentence, let alone ask any questions. For the first time, she had realised she could use this to her advantage. That's right, it's all coming back now, she said. Yeah, Thanatos. Thanatos was the son of Eborus, daemon of darkness, said Capricorn. When Zeus became king of the gods, he made his best friend Eborus king of the daemons. Absolutely, yeah, Eborus, said Virgo. Wasn't he the one who repaid Zeus's kindness by trying to overthrow him, snorted Taurus. Yes, Eborus wanted to rule the world himself, but he was no match for the king of the gods. Zeus took his Cardia and slew him in noble combat. Of course, said Virgo, but then didn't Thanatos took his father's place as king of the Daemons? Yes, you're right. Years later, he too craved Zeus's power, so he challenged him, said Sagittarius. But like Thanatos' father, he was unequal to the task, and Zeus killed him too. Absolutely, said Virgo. And then so... The only trace that remains of Thanatos is his Chaos Stone, said Leo. Indeed, of course, said Virgo. After all, the Chaos Stones are really... They control all the elements, bleated Aries. Earth, air, water, and fire. They were a gift from Chaos herself, Eborus' mother. But Thanatos abused the power of the stones, using them to terrorize mortals with earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and infernos. Thanatos was determined to enslave mortal kind and rule their worlds. But Zeus won the Chaos Stones when he defeated Thanatos and used them to rid the realms of all daemons before he retired, took their Cardia, and exterminated the lot of them. And good riddance, explained Pisces. So you see, child, it is simply not possible for Thanatos to be prisoner 42. Hang on a minute, said Elliot, emerging from behind the pillar to the astonishment of everyone in the room, except Virgo. Elliot, spat Virgo, I told you to wait outside. Elliot, asked Libra, is that a mortal child? Yes, I was going to say, but you brought an immortal child to Elysium, interrupted Leo. Are you out of your mind? No, you see, Thanatos, prisoner 42, it was about to kill him, so I rescued Elliot in my constellation. Have you read your contract? Cried Capricorn. Council members aren't allowed to reveal their constellations to a mortal. I told you so, huffed Virgo to Elliot. No mortal has ever set foot in Elysium, shouted Cancer. Well, it looks like I picked a good time to start, said Elliot, exchanging a curious look with Pisces. Didn't you just say that Thanatos wanted to enslave mortal kind? No, we know nothing about that, said Libra. They're already denying it. They already pretend like they don't know anything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just did. No, she didn't say anything like that, said Capricorn. She didn't say anything at all. So you're denying that there might be a death daemon on the loose who could attack mortals with earthquakes, hurricanes, and infernos. No. Technically, he'd need his Chaos Stones back, and then he could attack the mortals with earthquakes, hurricanes, floods, and infernos, said one of the Gemini twins, earning a slap from the other one. Not that we have any knowledge of or anything like that. So you look after the immortal community, but when something serious happens, you're not going to do anything? Asked Elliot. We are the council, explained Taurus. It's not our job to actually do anything. We just have to file the correct paperwork. Thanatos is dead, and even if he weren't, it's not up to us to wage war on a vengeful death demon, added Pisces. Not that there are any of those, and even if there were, we'd know nothing about them. So, this is your perfect system, Elliot said to Virgo, who had sunk underneath the table with embarrassment. This makes you so much better than us mortals. All eyes had now turned to Virgo, or maybe just the top of her head at this point. She needed to stand her ground. The child is right, she finally squeaked from beneath the table. If prisoner 42 is Thanatos, and if he is as dangerous as we think he might be, then shouldn't we try and recapture him? If Thanatos is as dangerous as he is, perhaps we shouldn't have let him go in the first place, shouted Libra. Not that he is dangerous, or that he even exists. I know nothing about him, or I know nothing about it at all. Well, on behalf of all mortals, you've been a huge help, said Elliot, turning to leave. So, if you could beam me back to my mortal world and my terrible life, I would be so grateful. How do I get out of here? Virgo can show you the way. She's just leaving, said Pisces. Am I? Asked Virgo, poking back over the table. Yes, you are, said Virgo. You're absolutely right. This is your mess, and you need to clean it up before word gets out that the immortal prisoner is on the loose. Not that he is or anything. Restore the mortal child to his home and return to Elysium do not return to Elysium until prisoner 42 is safely back in his prison. Not that he's even out or anything. And how am I going to do that? Asked Virgo. Your problem, Pisces announced. Virgo of the Zodiac Council and guardian of the stationery cupboard, you are hereby ordered to return to Earth and sort out this situation you have created, but not before ordering some more printer ink. To ensure you cannot risk any further exposure to the immortal world, the Council hereby forbids you to use any of your constellation powers or face pain of suspension. What? Shrieked Virgo. You'd suspend me from the Council? No, child, said Pisces grimly. We'd suspend you from immortality. You could lose your cardia for this. But you can't do that. I won't let you, yelled Virgo, clutching her necklace at her throat. Yes we can, and yes we will, said Cancer, pulling a huge leather-bound volume from the bookshelf with her pincers. Here it is. Cancer handed the volume to Virgo. What is that? Asked Elliot. It's the sacred code, said Virgo grimly. Our rules. During the reign of the Olympians, certain immortal behaviours were getting a little out of hand and a little excessive, said Aquarius. When the Zodiac Council took charge, we decided to impose a little law and order. We made our immortals swear on the sticks that we would abide by the laws of the sacred code, exclaimed Sagittarius, and that includes Virgo. Elliot peered over Virgo's shoulder to read the first page, which was covered in pencil notations, post-it notes, and a few rude pictures in the margins. Sacred Code, 12,349th edition. Lot of editions. Number 1. All immortals have the right to ambrosia. B. Immortals cannot break mortal laws. 7. Immortals cannot herd giraffes on a Tuesday. 89. Immortals cannot keep mortal money. F2. Immortals cannot wear socks with sandals. 39.4. Immortals cannot break an oath. XY. Immortals cannot push cotton buds too far into their ears. I don't think mortals like that either. All rules are subject to change with any or no notice at all. Turn to page 4329, said Cancer smugly. Virgo leafed through the thousands and thousands of pages, and the rules were read aloud. Rule 985. The Zodiac Council reserves the right to confiscate the cardia of any other immortal who behaves like a proper donut. You see, said Pisces, so there you have it. Virgo, your task is clear. Recapture Prisoner 42 without your constellation powers, or you will lose your immortality forever.